miyutami te penyi weki yuati yekan berkere kare me dohye ngardo kuri yekan obil won commerce beach aena rutiyo aduong ogwala dia won commerce beach me Kwania district nyabe Frank Gold Yug. Like I said before, you can follow this debate and these discussions live on our YouTube channel, Worry Radio QFM 94.3 Eka Yite following. Let me start with Apollo, and I'll give a chance to say hi to that person, that local, listening to us this morning. And for me, it's a great pleasure to host you this morning, your debut. I know it's your first time to be on Q, and I'm really very impressed, and I'm glad that you are here this morning. Thank you. You can go ahead.
A very good morning to you, our dear listeners this morning. My name is Apollo. I'm Principal Communications Officer at the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Community Development. We are very glad to be in Lira City to talk to our leaders as we plan for the budget for next financial year 2025-2026. I wish all of you pleasant listening.
Let me get to Ali. I'm tempted to say Salaam Alaikum. I don't know if I'm right about that, but okay. Go ahead, Ali. Face my microphone, and then you can, yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Good morning, our good listeners. My name is Kagole Ali, Assistant Commissioner of Finance and Planning from the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development. I'm pleased to be part of the Northern Uganda sub-region for the budget consultative meetings for financial 25-26. And I'm also pleased to be at this station to share with you the strategic direction for government for financial 25-26. Thank you very much.
All right. We'll take a very short break and we'll get back shortly.
Baking when you Yite Twolo morning update. Better need to get your kill Niger Beach. Jaco Jalen United Rosico. Kanu Kwani Kanu Pono Pogo Tehere Dinika Poto to Kilu Kanale. Palambagi.
Yina amani ni dodo hogeena. Jakijo.
Tubike for the weekend, the body keko. Mfunya ta cheating ya. Mega ni pe cheating ya. Mega ni pe cheating ya. No letting you go. In the mega, no letting you go. I'ma hold on to you, no letting you go. In mega, no letting you go. I'ma hold on to you, no letting you go. In the mega, no letting you go. I'ma hold on to you, no letting
tinani kede ko bikere yekan utie Ali utie Apollo jona du yae ministry mele ministry my finance ekato koro tuno wonkom Elchia Beach me Kwania district kuni Kwania debero Kwania mona duong Alex Ogwala Diebo. Apollo, let me start from the soft landing. Somebody would ask, why is Ali, why is Apollo, why is the Minister of Finance here in Lira City? Let's start from there.
Thank you very much. Ideally, the reason why we are here, we are backed by the Local Government Finance Act 2015.
2015, yeah.
And specifically it is section 13. That section requires us to prepare a budget after consulting with all the relevant stakeholders. They knew there was a risk of us sitting at our desks. We come up with a plan and a budget. And
in this discussion, because I think about 2 days ago, we had concerns from the community. Some are equally elites, and they were asking us, as journalists on this show,
yes, please,
that every time that a district sends back money to the national coffers, to the consolidated fund, what happens? Does it come back? Where does it go to? They have that suspicion, that conspiracy theory, that perhaps it never comes back. So I think this morning is the right forum for you to clarify on that. That if a Leptong, if Kwania, if a Molatar, if Lira district, unfortunately, because of time constraints, they send back that money. Does it ever get back?
Thank you, Frank. That money comes back. The challenge has always been, in some previous years, we would delay. Because there was a year when it came out almost in May.
Okay.
But moving forward, we agreed, since this money is for projects, once the money is returned, when the new financial starts, first quarter of that new financial, that money has to be sent back. So like I've been telling you, the money for 23-24 has already been reverted. So it is with them now ready for spending.
Okay.
Yes, please. Then the other objective, why we are here, you know, these governments, the local governments normally finance their services through grants from line ministries.
Yeah.
They get grants from Ministry of Water, grants from Ministry of Education, Ministry of Works, Ministry of Lands, Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development. Now, every year, they will look at those guidelines to address some of the concerns which we shall be picking, for example. So during this engagement, we give them feedback on the changes that we are proposing to make in the guidelines. Yes, please.
Okay. We'll check our time, then we'll get back shortly. And of course, I'll do a translation in the local dialect. Pinametia Hokano, Wekeniangwame Aliokobo in Luo.
I know your T-boy. Oh my baby, 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 baby.
Rosie, the beat killer.
You just say, she's my African girl. Yeah. Oye tiene ka, ini beliruna, ini maloleka. Koyo, 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 baby. Oye tiene ka, ini beliruna, ini maloleka.
Frank Golu Yogi in the studio satikede Ali atiekede Apollo jana yagini in ministry me finance ana penyo apenyo check ni ngo karo kerogi Lira City kan eno ko ni manti mere kare kare mano bedo diro gino tiyo kede achalo ministry melim me bedo kero tela bedo kaja pigi tek we kon yangi bodgi ngo chekara obedo peho ngora motimo mewe kina metio kano kabedo yo kabedo pi kabedo gudo kabedo ponyere ko ben me kame kamo so no ko banin ginate kan yen bele ko tera piny men winyi bodgi ngo che kara apeja timera ber ngo che kara amiro tim so amita mogboro ni gin obedo ruate kero tela na chiara yo karangech metamoni unua gam mejame moga menu chao kene utiamite bodgi achara ministry ame buo kop melim enda ko ni gino kene bero timere bero come opia ame chamo joro chwalo ko ke the district kan jo chwalo a lepton ero chao kene kar jo passing mi hamelim nyoni jo mo mi hamelim angwa timere pe karabor de me abiro kano nu pia no duogo we titi chere so mandang yimi makka chilto ni e chamoro no ministry udogo pia ento won komi timo kerengo kaoni timo kerengo moda pen bojati pen kucha so ena komni bino gini ruate kere penchi kamo mogo ame buolo kom lim ame wano ngeoni ubino mogo imoha tuto miario kera paria beach that finance act so koni Yite Twolo me ruate kede hotela me cities me districts and so on weki oneni jonyamotam ame weho kop me don alobo wora nyime ena guru ginora maho chiente miapo ni ichane dong tela me the government chela chel nuo pia aramo billion achiel pikop me gudu kacha ma romo ni penyo unyo ngo weho en yode pobera ratio bagina mo kanni mando tiye gindong utiomi yopia komaburu dangbero billion achiel pikop me gudu so manno kere manno I think I have clarified on that in that local dialect. Let me do this follow-up question. Let's talk about the 10-fold growth agenda. Yeah. Who will carry that on? Apollo or you, Ali, again? Okay, Apollo.
Thank you very much, moderator. Next financial year, 2025-2026, is the first year of implementing the fourth National Development Plan, what we call NDP4. And as you know, Uganda has planning cycles in 5 years.
We are now moving to NDP4.
So we are starting National Development Plan 4.
Wow, okay.
Next financial year, 2025-2026. And this National Development Plan is anchored on 4 strategic...
Mr. Apple, not to digress you, as a country, you know, you are the guys here. I'm privileged to have you here. Did we achieve on our NDP3 as a country?
Yes, we might not have achieved 100% because, as you know, the period of NDP3 is when we had COVID-19.
Sure, yeah.
So some of the achievement that we are supposed to get during this period were not achieved because we had almost 2 years when no serious activity was going on. We were locked down. So that really affected the performance of the NDP3. But nevertheless, a lot of progress has been made to ensure that what was not completed in NDP3 would be carried forward. The principles in NDP3 will be carried forward in NDP4. And as we start financial 2025-2026, like I was telling you, is anchored on 4 key strategic areas aimed at achieving full monetization of the economy and also formalization. What did I mean? We want people during NDP4 to have money in their pockets so that they can do enterprises, so that they can grow crops, not only for eating. His Excellency the President normally says he likes quoting the Bagwere when they say people work for Kida Chonka, meaning people only work for the stomach.
He says
but what I will say,
in our language, it says purpiyich.
Yes. So we are working to ensure that people do not only work for the stomach. We want people to work so that they can have money in their pockets to support the economy. But also, we want to ensure that people who are doing businesses are formalized so that they can be part of the national development. How? If people are formalized, that means they can be able to contribute in terms of paying taxes, revenue for the country. One of the challenges we have is that the biggest percentage of our people in the country are in the informal sector. And this affects the revenue generation of the country.
Yeah.
And we want that during this NDP4, we want people to get formalized so that they can together contribute to the development of the country. But these are the 4 anchor sectors we are talking about. We are talking about agro-industrialization. We want people to get involved in agro-industrialization, value addition, and I'm happy that we've joined by one of the leaders of this area who will be introduced soon. How do we take advantage of agro-industrialization as Ugandans? How can we add value to the things we do so that we can get more money from the, if we are doing agriculture, if you add value on your product, you are going to get more money.
Let's say, as opposed to selling maize as grain, you could grind it, posho and stuff like that.
And then stuff like that. Then you can get all the other products in the value chain. So that really helps people to get more money from their enterprises as opposed to selling raw materials. And that is really one of the focus areas during the NDP4. We want more people to do agro-industrialization, but with value addition. And the government is really going to put money in this area.
Okay.
The second area is tourism development. We want the country, we want all Ugandans to benefit from tourism. And we are very optimistic that during the end of NDP, during what we are calling the tenfold, we are very optimistic that our tourism can fetch us around United States dollars 50 billion at the end of the 15 years of that tenfold growth strategy. We are now at around $1.4 billion. But we think if we can harness the opportunities in tourism, we can grow to that tune. But how? For instance, we want, when tourists come, to have a longer stay in Uganda. We want them to spend more money when they're in the country. So what do we do as Ugandans to ensure that we can have more tourists in the country? What can we do as leaders to take advantage of this opportunity? How can we plan the kind of infrastructure, the hotels, and there are so many tourist sites across the country which have not been exploited. So we are saying during NDP4, during the 10-40 strategy over the next 15 years, let's take full advantage of tourism development. And the government is really focused on putting money in this area to ensure that we take full advantage of this. Government has already started by supporting our missions abroad.
Okay. About
12 missions have been selected, and they have been supported to basically do 3 things. Market Uganda for tourism, market our products that we produce as a country, but also they have to attract investors because we need foreign direct investment in this country. So we are saying, as you work in those countries as ambassadors, as heads of missions, you have a role to play in those 3 strategic areas, and you are saying we are going to give you all the support you need so that you can take full advantage of this aspect. The other area is mineral development. What can we do in the area? You know, Uganda has so many minerals. And we are saying this is an opportunity. We have a gold mine. We have so many minerals. You can count the gold, tin. There are so many across the country.
Yeah.
But now we are saying it is time to take advantage of all these minerals we have as a country. For instance, we are saying local governments, can you formalize artisanal miners? Yes, wherever they are. Because we want this to be one of the key interventions that will lift this country to where we want to be. During the 15 years we are talking about when we are doing this, we want to lift our economy from the current United States dollars 50 billion to about United States dollars 500 billion in 15 years. And this is the big dream of government. And we are committed. Everybody is committed. Everybody is talking about it. And we want us to achieve this through those 4 anchor sectors. I've talked about agro-industrialization for the A. They're called the ATMs, not the ATM where we get money from. But these are now the ATMs to enable this country to transit from where we are to another level. So we were talking about agro-industrialization. I talked about tourism, meaning the tea. I've talked about mineral development. And this one, you add on oil and gas.
Wow.
Right now, we are in the era of, we are about to start to get our first oil. You know, there are a lot of activity taking place across the country in the oil, in the oil region. And a lot of work is happening there. And sooner than later, we are going to get our first oil. So we are saying these are areas that we need to exploit, oil and gas. The process of building the pipeline is
I know
ongoing.
the chairman should be excited because it comes from Kwania, and Kwania and my district of Moratar recently also we are told we also have oil. So,
So these are the areas we are looking at. And the last one is science, technology, and innovation, including IT.
Yeah, sure.
We want to take advantage of, because this is now, this globalized world, science, technology, and innovation is the anything. We want everything to be automated. We want services of government to be automated. We are saying even local governments, their revenue collection should be automated. We are saying the way we spend money, everything should be automated because it creates efficiency. We know when you are automated, there are no room for poor performance because everything can be tracked. So we are saying, can we do more science, technology? Can we do our technology? We are saying now, if you're doing, you know, we are doing our industries. We have Kira. We are building
Kira Motors.
Yeah, Kira Motors.
Yeah. We call it Kayola, right? The Kayola bus.
Yes, you know, this is the way to go as a country. You cannot develop without being really embracing science and technology and innovation. So we are saying these are areas, and we are supporting our scientists. You know, government is really supporting science. And if you know the policy of government, His Excellency the President has said it publicly that this country, to transform, science must be at the forefront. And that's why you see, even when it comes to remuneration, he said, well, we want everybody to get...
But when I lighted out Apollo, some of us who studied Chinua Achebe are here hosting you.
Yes, we want to ensure that science is really streamlined
I understand,
in the government of this country. So those are the 4 ATMs: agro-industrialization, tourism development, mineral development, plus oil and gas, and then science, technology, and innovation.
All right.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break, and to a period break, we're going to chairman, Mojo, chairman, in the microphone, no, yeah, that one. Eka unit, yeah, exactly. Chairman of the water, eto Rwenda ngatek. Chairman.
Why?
Ini chioninga.
Achio.
Apoyo.
Poi matek.
Kwania.
Kwania tie bear.
Okay.
I don't know. I will mix the language now.
It's okay. Just 1 minute to me go for a break. I to do
Thank you. Thank you, moderator. My name is Geoffrey Alex Ogwal, and I'm the district chairperson for Kwania district. I want to welcome my brothers from the Ministry of Finance who are here for official duty, and it's the most important function in government. We are planning for the next financial year coming, and I warmly welcome them to Lango and Northern Uganda, but above all, the radio. We will have further discussion as we move on. I'm sorry I'm late. Thank you so much.
All right. Let's take a break. Kadu kuchina radio. Kitako bikere chairman do ti yekan. Utike de Ali. Utike de Apple yekan. Wana lo yotam kiri. Kachaman ramo. Yine ko irang chim. Memi yotami. Igina me tamani no. Nyeri kobi. Nyeri mito penya pen. You are most welcome. Stay with us. Don't go away.
We love it.
Sandra, make a wish and brother can.
Don't take the corny, you're a bear. Rock on the baby. Then I can't tell you, them getting me down. Jamming, Kelly, let Teddy again. We love only quiet again, yeah. And pray you work one marry. You work a jump, put your Johnny. I work one marry. I'm out of you get a chip money. Then you work one marry. You work a bank run of Johnny. I work a one marry. I'm out of you get a chip money. With young Yugi, yon miel wega mielba. Kayo mi atie wega madba. Yon miel wega chamba, wega madba. With young Yugi, kayo mi atie mielba. Achamba, wega madba. Mano yogi ya. Enu wega tia we you ya. Anu aman kwana yo. Kena timu kina yomo ya. Anu aman kwana yo. Tim kina yomo ya. Kela te point big man. I bet get the kin boys. Kela riu gwena kada po. Acham get the kin badesa. And pay wek wa maki. Iweka cham kucha ujoni. Kai wek wa maki. Amaruba you get the chipani. Hey wek wa maki. Iweka bank run ujoni. Kai wek wa maki. Amaruba you get the chipani. One pomita balkuj. Man peot good. Come to galo wangwa. Now pretending I got to be good. Cause we have to party. Chawa me the parting pay. We have to party. Chawa me the parting pay. DJ Young boy ya do me this, do me. DJ Young play me song, play me this, play me. Tell a DJ to get repeat once again. To mommy teach I'm your lieutenant. Hey, this life we live only once. Hey, and pay work one maki. You work a jump put your journey. I work one maki. I'm out of you get a chipani. Hey, work one maki. You work a bank run out the two get a quo. Japo digging when you behind. Me love my life. Ngeri we love it and no boy jail. Take it to get a quo. Japo digging when you behind. Oh my labor. Them call me Lil Square. Upper Town Music Empire.
I'm a Yite boy. Mama baby.
Brozzy, the beat killer.
You just say just my African girl. Koyo tianeka, bini beliruna, bini maloleka. Koyo, baby. Koyo tianeka, bini beliruna, bini maloleka. Koyo, baby. Akemi achel, mokotemi kai marada, baby. Penyini nyaluo, maromo bedi dog to he. Entale ramo, te de moyao. Peni meno pon lango. Hey, ichobo chunya chalo shomari. Ne chalo inilem chalo sukari. Ne chalo banche pira. ni miri bekera. So baby girl kuri weha. If you're not a body, I take it when you go to your girl. No wanna do no car. If you're no, go you dear neka. Bini beliruna, bini maroleka. Koyo, baby, koyo dear neka. Bini beliruna, bini maroleka. Koyo, baby, me a body now. Oh, me a
updates de katina nian kuni yekan kita ko bikere tie kere jo apige tak machel atikere wera mo ya ministry ame walk up melim man ministry my finance atikere won commercial beach me kwanya district aduong Geoffrey Alex ogwal adiebo we kwa what we ngwame apollo ko before what break me achel eno ko bani ichawani yen giendo tuti you ko bani national development plan me angwen imiringe Uganda with Yabor, NDP Meachel, Mario, Meadek, Meangwendo, Tiawara Nimichani. Anapanya kuni Meadeki, Uchobere, and a common but by the Chamorno put my port work enter Jamia Paul Utie, and take up name NDP Meangweni, Neroke Charo government, a Charo ministry, Tieni, annually me Uganda, Berkero Pia, Ichamere. Annually me Uganda bekere gufo menongolem takopani titi biya chara moro titi gama kelo chene chin so ene koni memi man chobere tie jam yangwen na pigi tek me achiel eno kobo kop me agro industrialization takopani kope putie eka neno ni jame ama tupuru ni kabri nywagi wan mi apor peka ichato dongo bedo kanywagi ni amano no kwa yabran rego kachame rego udoho unga romare mede mali wana kuni value ento dang poka cha ngara welo ngapito gwenere nuino di tija pola me kero chene chin mano kina jara petak me ario eno talk about cop me tourism development wana ngene Uganda tie kere gufa duo me chiali cop mali mo piny jobino ngio gwenyawa jobino ngio ingar morkano jobino ngio zebra morkano so en kopali mo piny ko ni obiro gina chara petak mechiel ame kelo chiente ichin government dan government amite jing kop mali mo piny weki mono moro ka obino oro to weko chiente ento koni mana ame tuang tietek ngero hotel bede duong kirjamo kene cha weki oro Uganda no pia I kop me limo piny so mano gina chiel me koni government tiuji ya chiri ya tek me chiel chawani weki Uganda tebero kere chiente ame konyo annually eno kene aino kobo ubiro kop be miro development man kop en mano morare piny kacha rombiro kopa rombiro uranium rombiro gold tie kom piny kan ento atamani woti kwanyi piny kunacha yobeda be chadang weki Uganda be kere chiente weki loman bedo pia ame konyo kori na nyuali me Uganda eno kene no dohri ya teka lo obiro kop me oil and gas man kop me mo awarong ni mo chawani Uganda do chok chako nano ni oli yaber chato oho tekelo pia mano pila na mangana pertek enano gi hukere obiro kop me science technology and innovation kopetet kerediro neno ni terobedatie amia por chira motos teri chani bach me ko charoho kilopia Uganda kan amia komani manono ichani even adung lobo yani president tia keto guvumere ikop me mi jo me kwano diro me science ni opia duong weki jon beda kiti jon be kerediro weki uti jami amenuo romokonyo nyuale ma Uganda. Mr. Apollo, I don't know how I should term this, whether information or I want to speak to tourism. And I mean well for the country. I know that Chiam will agree with me. How can we, as a country, expand our tourism structures? I'll tell you for a fact, if you go to Kangai is in Dokro, just about, would we say about 50 kilometers from here or 60 thereabout? where the Kabaka, Mwanga, Kabalaga, the Mokama, they took refuge there, and I studied there. There are some small monuments. Can we develop it? If you talk about Tianolom, we believe is some ancient man around who stepped on some rocks there in Ibodia. And the footmarks are there. Can we harness that opportunity? Yes, Barloño might have been a massacre, kind of, but of course we can still turn the fortunes around and make it work. So I don't know. I know you are not from the Ministry of Tourism, but can government take this information and try to work? I also know there could be some in Teso, there could be some in Kasese. Can we expand our tourism structure? I don't know how you can respond to that.
Yeah, thank you very much. And this is what we are saying, that this is the focus of government going forward for the next 15 years. And we are saying now we are in the planning cycle. That's why we are here in local government. As we plan for NDP4, local governments have plans. Now, local governments also have some of these initiatives in their plans so that they fit into the national plan. And now when it comes to budgeting, can you budget bias on developing these activities, tourism sites? So we are saying let's work together. This is a focus area. This is our baby. We know we can reap a lot of money from this. You can see the expectations we have as government to grow. It's one of the biggest areas that can really help our economy to jump to the $500 billion we are talking about. So let's all think in the same direction. And as we are discussing now with our leaders here in the region, we are telling them, actually, one of the assignments we are going to do this morning is to tell us, how do they think that these can be applied in their context? So their discussions say now, in terms of tourism development, what can we do? What can we recommend to government in this budget cycle, in this budget process, so that is streamlined? So we are thinking the same direction, and I absolutely agree with you.
Sure. All right, please.
Thank you. When I took over office in 2021 and I was reading through the documents, the past documents, I came across a circular written from the Ministry of Tourism, directing all the district local government to ensure that they have the tourism officer. And like in Kwani, I don't know the district, we have tourist officer. And they're functional. Even this financial year, we receive some additional funding in terms of supplementary for tourism activity. Okay. The only challenge is I don't get exactly how do we start, like we say there is where they arrested the Kabaka and Kabalega, where they say an unseen man stepped on a wet rock in Ibuja. So creating such sites to be tourist site where everybody, I know every district must have a website where everybody can see it across the world. There is that challenge of what to be done, how. So we only need some support from the Ministry of Tourism, but government have it in the structure.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
For the local government.
You know why I'm very passionate, Mr. Apollo. I was among privileged journalists in this country, I think 2013, to be trained on oil and gas. And an official from the Ministry of Energy took us through all these raft and things about oil and gas. And from what I know, our oil might not last for more than 30 years. But then we talked about the Dutch disease, like our Netherlands, they mess it up. And then we also now know that even UAE, the Dubai we talk about, they knew that oil would get depleted and they turn into tourism. So no wonder somebody will dream about going to Dubai either for shopping or a holiday. So I'm very passionate about our tourism. America doesn't have a zebra, but here we have it. So why not have Americans come here to watch our zebras? Let's take a break. Kadu Guchien, who about chairman, and of course we shall also task maybe Ali to explain to us the challenges they have found with maybe the local government or maybe the takeaways from your interactions What are the issues? What are the challenges? What can we improve on? I think that is healthy for us to discuss this morning. On radio, to your farmer, Pierabonga Yang Went on a day with Dukiu, Tike de Odiro, Amoya ministry, Amebo Comeopia, Comelim. So, can you pay all of European?
They don't have money. They will not carry money.
There's no account here.
They shouldn't lay you on the way. Thinking that you could have carried money.
Step into the future with Airtel's 5G broadband router. Now, with unlimited 5G bundles for limitless connections. Whether it's 8K streaming, seamless gaming right in your home, or connections for your business, there is a bundle for you. Dial *100#, select option 7, or use the My Airtel app and pick a preferred bundle. No installation fees, exclusive to Airtel 5G devices. Call 0800 333 330. Toll free for free delivery within Kampala. TNCs apply. What you have found on the ground as a ministry that you are here, and maybe chairman also as a leader in the local government, you can also raise some issues and we can see how to respond to that.
Thank you, Frank, and our dear listeners. Like we said, we come to this community to pick the key services, the very challenges, but also give them feedback on what we have done to address those challenges that we picked in the previous engagements. So what has come out? Number one, officer accommodation. Officer accommodation is a very serious concern. More so where you have the municipalities elevated to city. Now the district has to be displaced and migrate to another location. We have sub-counties that have broken off town councils and they have to be relocated. So ideally, one of the biggest challenges which they are highlighting is inadequate officer accommodation.
Okay.
And our listeners, government has a grant which we call a transitional grant. That's not so big, but from that grant we normally support local governments to put up such administrative structures in a phased manner. Because we cannot cover all at a go. Every financial year we pick those that we can support and they embark on construction of the administrative blocks. However, they also counter-fund using their domestic revenue. Yes, so we pull hands and then finance those constructions. Then the other issue which they raised, we have some new schools and health centers that were constructed under the U-Gift program. I don't know whether you've ever heard about
sure.
it.
U-Gift, yeah.
And one of the concerns they are raising is the lack of staff. But I'm happy to inform the listeners that Ministry of Health and Ministry of Education are working on that issue. Like Ministry of Education reported to us yesterday, the recruitment process is underway.
Okay.
So soon we shall have the required staff. The other challenge they raised, I don't know whether you could be aware, government has a policy of equipping districts with road construction units. Yes, some have benefited, but the concern we are picking from them is that some of the units are incomplete. You may have a grader, but you don't have a roller.
Actually, so even little cities procuring their own.
So that concern, we have picked it. Ministry of Works is going to work on it to ensure that you have a complete set. You note that whenever we have rains, some sections of our roads which go through wetlands or which cross rivers, swamps, they normally get eroded and the communication is cut off. So Ministry of Works is going to work on that. The other concern, districts collect a lot of money. But those years, it used to remain unknown. You could not tell how much is collected by districts. So government decided to centralize collection of that money through the consolidated fund, and then we remit it back to them. Now the challenge has been that when Honorable Ogwal sends me his money, it doesn't go back in time. And it has been affecting the municipality, generally urban authorities, because we've been told in some instances you fail to carry garbage. You fail to carry garbage because the money has not come back, but you collected and remitted.
I was about to ask that because
Yes.
every time we interact with the local leaders,
Yes.
they complain that the Ministry of Finance,
Yes. Now, why it has been delaying, we would capture name by name. Name by name. But now the Office of the Accountant General has created a special pay group for local governments. And with that reform, you can pay 100 votes in one click.
Wow.
And so, the timeline has changed. You'll be getting that money within 72 hours upon confirmation that you have remitted.
This is great.
So, in simple terms, those are 3 what? 3 days.
3 days, yeah.
If it comes on Monday and it hits the account, by Thursday or Wednesday, you'll have that money.
That's good.
Sent back to you. The other concern has been on limited funding generally. Yes, because they have a lot to do, but the grants they are receiving are inadequate. But you note that we transitioned from sector-based budgeting to program budgeting. So we encourage these programs, once there is a priority, which can accelerate economic growth or socio-economic transformation, let the program repurpose the money within from those areas that they see not being having a higher multiplier effect, and put these high multiplier effect areas. The other concern which we have picked is the inadequate staffing for critical positions. Some districts are saying they don't have heads of department.
Yeah, sure.
In some critical departments, moreover, production, works, you don't have an engineer. So Ministry of Public Service committed to work on that upon conclusion of their wage harmonization, so that they recruit those critical staff that are required. The other concern has been on, we're informed there is diversion of PDM money. Remember that PDM money is supposed to transform 39% of the households
Exactly.
to the money economy. Unfortunately, some people have not picked the objectives of that program well. Some of them are taking it like a token. You get the money, you buy whatever you so wish.
Someone marries a second wife.
Actually, somebody shared with me some boda rider went and picked that 1 million, and he said, until I finish this 1 million, I'll not go back to the road. So he went on leave.
I don't think you could be in the right position to answer this, but in cycles I've sat in cocoons I've sat in, people actually have this casual conversation and they say, but this is government money, this is Museveni's money. No one will pay. I mean, we can't go to prison for it. Indeed, candidly, is this a free meal or somebody can actually, I don't know.
No, you know, when we decide not to pay that money, we shall be betraying ourselves. Because the guidelines are saying that money is a revolving fund.
Exactly.
And when you borrow that 1 million, you are given a grace period of 2 years.
Yes, yeah.
That means
24
after
months.
2 years, yes. After 2 years, you are supposed to bring back that money. It goes and benefits another person within the community. So once we make that kind of decision not to pay, we are betraying ourselves, which some people normally refer to as cutting the branch on which you are seated, which is very dangerous.
Exactly.
So as a community, we must be patriotic. If you were lucky to be among the pioneer beneficiaries, why should you betray the following
Because you put the money, I'm going to do poultry, I'm going to do this. Why can't you put the money into that particular project?
Yes.
Yeah.
So ideally, we advised our leaders to use the existing government machinery to ensure that they clarify that kind of demystification in the PDM grant. Otherwise, we should tell our leaders and the community in general that once you don't pay back that money, you're betraying your own community. And I don't think that would be the best to do.
For sure.
Yes.
All right. Are you ready? You can do it again. A dog bot chairman. Ento ngwame ali burokobokan. Ebro chano yore. Leyo tamgi kero tera. Mea chiel na mea pori kanu kenne peho me guru dang potie yore tiarecho. Kanu kenne inuni kako ni road equipments nubero jamu tiyo kede di yo tinya morocha jok ene pero no ko ni government dikere pulan me welo me yogi eno keno ko ni na utich ponye mayor kom and so on inuni perang tieto ko ni public service dikere pulan me yo teach so manu wiye moeno ko ena guru PDM chine kai gamo pero me de daho na ni kere teach ame kai ko ni ko gwen kere gwen ikuena mire kwa pono kere pono pere wori made dana mario ti lo kere bia mana pa teach and ko ni at the end of the day no ni tingwa no ngator because chika ko bene chienda ni kan yugini agamo kachinga anda hadwo yo mukario cha miro konyo gwang miro konyo pio so many wiye when I come back I'll get to the ISFP chairperson my Kwanya district Adira Adwong Alex Joffrey on Kwala Diebo. Let's take a break. When we get back, stay with us, don't go away.
Look piri kire MTN Caller Tunes. Pichiling mia biro kiken wek jo agwe chim weri jawa duyu kau goi gini chim. Logging in my MTN app. Year Caller Tunes. Year search tunes. Ite search mode. Year search by artist. Kai yero kire nya wer. Unyo search by tune name. Kai yero kire nying wer. Ket nya wer unyo nying wer. Di kano choni by upimer kede were year category unyo kola unyo special ibiru no message amoni iwilo kola tuni yot ni amanono.
Step into the future with Airtel's 5G broadband router. Now, with unlimited 5G bundles for limitless connections. Whether it's 8K streaming, seamless gaming right in your home, or connections for your business, there is a bundle for you. Dial *100#, select option 7, or use the My Airtel app and pick a preferred bundle. No installation fees, exclusive to Airtel 5G devices. Call 0800 333 330. Toll free for free delivery within Kampala. TNCs apply.
This is my story, my true love story.
J Mafia team care the love song bad again. No me yeah me better yeah yo. Enter one leg. Yo me a get a pair. Koi nen ching dong tia donya donya. Enter puri pe. Chawa dia tina neni kere. Where I can I get a pillow, and that's the only friend I can lean on. Limo balwang dahon na chalo tilo. And gone are the days that you can wake up by my side and say, good morning, my darling husband. Gone are the days that I could wake up by your side and say, good morning, my beautiful woman. Now tell me, where is that care? Where are those smiles that you could show me? Where is that love? Where is that care? Where are those smiles that you could show me? I need you here with me. I want you home with me. Big one better trade the world, carry the chain. And there's no one to blame. You stole the keys to my heart. We love na wire tung
When your farmer Pirabong and we are going to another Radio Q, and of course this show is live on our YouTube channel. We appreciate you for loading your data and of course streaming us live in more 94.3 Radio Q FM Lira. You will find the show live there. Chairman, Katia Binobori, Mr. Ali and Apollo made mention of this, and it's a fact, it's a true story that every district, every local government unit gets 1 billion shillings for roads. This was, an innovation, kind of lobbying by members of parliament, and we appreciate that. But Ali and Apollo, every time we sit here on this chair and on this microphone, we get complaints from the Wananchi, the communities. They are complaining that the roads are still bad. And I wouldn't want to blame the chairman. Kwania also has one of the worst roads in this Lango region. I want us to share, maybe if chairman also has a perspective, I want him to put it to you that what is the missing link? Because despite that increment, despite that allocation of 1 billion shillings, the roads are still bad. What are we missing as a country? So I don't know if chairman wants to come first, but I thought I could raise that. Thank you.
Okay. I appoint Matek, you are telling your radio, my brothers from the Ministry of Finance, the moderator. The issue of the roads I will answer later.
Thank you.
But I want to thank these people for coming to the region. Their coming here is to support us as lower local government to improve on service delivery for our people. And I will request them, I speak in the language the listener will get.
Yeah.
But worldwide, when you look at the economy of countries in the world, China, the economy of China is built by a political party. And it is common and it is most practiced when that society is communist, is the socialist political party. But when you go to US is basically economy is developed by private sector, the Bill Gates and the rest. So Uganda, government is doing a lot, but we need a lot from private sector bodies. Now, one of the budget we are going to NDP 4. My only request is government should always evaluate like NDP 3, then informers, then maybe the challenges that becomes an opportunity is part of NDP 4. Now, Okona law become PDM, the service delivery, me you jam about your rai you rat in and ma gikino yo. I think ma gikino na jo car can what I'm chakere but government okay a very good program. I'm tell only PDM. And PDM government at money miracle loan yakina percent pierre dek we are big me chant the most poor families. Chene PDM no carry reward to the families, not to individual. Now, the primacy of PDM, kitame PDM designing kede, tike de pela sabero. Pela ma chel nution production, storage, processing and marketing. Manu bero kobe kom pupur gini. Kitame ti yukere proporo, gwen, pono, dog, eka guako en korri. Kede donga pera tako bero chuk. Then Pila Mario Bercom Ger yo Ger Jamogo which Dahatalgi is about infrastructure. Then Mea Dekere Ubero Kovicom financial inclusion. And Pila Namasuri PDM is the most active pillar, I think. People have forgotten about all the pillars. Pila Ma Dek financial inclusion, Kovicom Chente. Then everybody is focusing on Pila Suri, which is a big challenge because without other pillars, Pila Suri will not succeed. You cannot focus on pillar 3 on financial inclusion, yet you have forgotten about production. You have forgotten about pillar, I think pillar 4 or 5, which is mindset change. So all these pillars, government of Kerameo Tamoni, Mirati Kartel, without one, you will never succeed. Now, pillar man when on social services, Kirajo, Tamajo, Tining, Manu, pillar ma big, tabero mindset change. This is the most important pillar. In fact, this would have been the first pillar. Mindset change. Lokotam, because one they can't go could be done my poor binu puini. Can you do like I was very happy? I'm very happy with the message coming from the president on 4-acre model.
Yes.
That is the way to go. Because for us in Lango here and in the entire northern Uganda, one family would be doing sim, the same family doing cassava, the same family going for soya bean, and you end up not perfecting your work. What determines what a farmer should produce is the acreage of the land you have. Kaiti Yakachela can concentrate on chicken. Kaiti Kere you can do chicken matoke. You can do those small things. In fact, I've been telling people from my village that if I were not the district chairperson and I was in the village, I wouldn't be poor. Because I would concentrate on one thing, for example, tomato. So that everybody from the community, if you need tomato, go to my house. Then the rest I will use the money for sell from tomato to buy, cassava to buy, all this other thing. So our people should begin to focus. The message from the president is the most important message that will turn us into what we are calling man economy. Otherwise, sunflower, remember there's global climatic change which is affecting us. Like last season, there was no good harvest. But you don't need a lot of rain to raise chicken.
Yeah.
You don't need a lot of rain to raise pigs if you're not a Muslim. So those are very strong message from the president that we need to take it up. Now, when government said my money, the president is always saying, my money will go to my people. His people are this 1 inch. The local people. And he said the district, the sub-county, the parish leaders and politicians are corrupt. We are going to send our money straight to them. And I was very happy about that. Now, remember, I have been the champion of PDM management in the whole Langu sub-region because I am the only politician who arrested PDM leaders who are mismanaging the money.
Wow.
I didn't fear of the vote. At the end of it all, I got more votes out of it. I have arrested, I've recovered more than 50 million. From those who had mismanaged them, and I've replaced many of them. Now, PDM, unfortunately, for us politicians, we tend to politicize. I want to be the first person to say that I'm the one who brought for you PDM in Kwanya, which is bad. And at the end of it all, you're politicizing. Right now, the biggest challenge we are facing on recovery is that government said there will be a grace period of 2 years.
Yeah.
And they will begin to pay back after 2 years. Remember, after 2 years, there will be election. And these people are very wise. They already started to say, after 2 years there will be election. President will say, don't disturb my people. Now, those who have gotten the money, we are thinking that we are not going to pay. That is the biggest challenge we are facing. This is free money. Because after 2 years there will be election. President will not allow us to pay. But remember, government is very wise. They say government have set up the leadership. They have set up the assessment team within the PDM. The PDCs are there to do evaluation of the money. Like, for example, 100 million going to a parish. That money is not for government. The money is for the parish. Money.
It is your money, actually.
In fact, I want to advise people that you should be very happy like that. 1 million at one. What are you going to use the money for? The Mioga, you cannot get a project where you get 1 million at a go in our family. Now, the question is, how are you going to spend this money? God has given you this money, and it is not government money. It is for the parish.
Chairman, let's check our time.
So the question of your team, but those who
are it's a
lot of money. I'm telling you, it's a lot of money. So, so that is that about PDM. I am so passionate about PDM. I will follow it up without fear or favor. I don't care. Me, I don't care. The votes will come. This is time for service delivery.
Exactly.
So, Kaiti Mobile, we will always go for you. Kaiti Mobile, we will appreciate you. So that is about PDM. Then 2, on service delivery. Service delivery, maybe I will touch about even the roads and the rest of it. We thank government. Over 97% chenta one year from central government, from Ministry of Finance. My only request to Ministry of Finance, like Commissioner raised, is the amount of money sent to local government is not adequate enough, because I think about 9% of the national budget, that's what we get as local government, yet we are the kitchen. This team are in the ministry, they're in Kampala, everything ends up with us here. Because, for example, kind of department like community-based department, they have the least amount of money given to them. Yet they're housing women, they're housing persons with a disability, they're funding if we are to succeed in mindset change.
Okay.
Because it covers a very wide. So in terms of service delivery, we are trying from the funding given from the ministry. Except now, remember the population is increasing. There are new challenges coming. Now, technology is improving, which means the rate of corruption itself, the rate of
more
crime,
syndicated
it is also increasing. Demand and expectation is also increasing. We need more roads. We need more schools. We need more. So, as the need increases, more resources is needed to cover those requirements that we need at local government. But generally, I thank government because at least we have got an additional funding for road. We have 2 health center, Wing and Akali, elevated to health center Suri. UPDF is constructing for us Nambieso Health Center Suri, being elevated to health center 4, which is a plus. But there are certain areas that we needed to improve. It is not generally that government is not doing anything like people say. No. What I always tell them, that government will never turn off the television in order for your child to do homework. That is the responsibility of a father.
I like this.
Government will never buy for you salt at your home. Government will never check your child who is suffering from malaria. The government will always do things that you are not able to do, like construction Government will never spread the bed net for your child to enter the bed net. So government will always do things that you cannot do, like schools, like roads, like hospital, and so many other security. The rest is on you as a parent. The missing link we are having, I want to request my people of Lango that at least today I speak in the English so that these people can understand well, because they are the ones who are having money of government. I want them to also know that at least my English is good. As their leader.
I am impressed.
Yeah. So the missing link in government is doing their part partially. Okay, not partially, but they're doing what they can do. But how about the wananchi? What is your role at home? Do I have to come and, like now, school opened yesterday. Do I have to come and send your children? Yet you are there. Do I have to ensure that the child is in the house by 8 so that you avoid this thing they are calling kidnapping the children? So the parents should, in fact, what we need to do is about, the whole thing is about parenting. Parents are not doing parenting, and that's why we're having a challenge. But the government is trying to do their part amidst a lot of challenges. Remember, globally, after COVID, we have a very huge economic crisis in the whole world. Uganda is inclusive. So, the only challenge that we need to try as government, as Ugandans, to carve down is corruption. I want to say this. From the office of the president, from the ministry, from local government, from sub-counties, from the families, including the families, my friend, we need to fight corruption. I see a lot of money going through corruption. Yes. If we can work on that, is here. So where the money goes and for what and for who and when is the biggest challenge that we need to work on. We have so many agencies of government checking on corruption, like IGG, but I don't see it coming very clearly. So the service delivery component, like for example, in Langa, economic activity is agriculture. How do we perfect our agricultural practices? Because they were telling you here before I was here, how can I buy maize at 600 shillings, then go and buy maize bran at 500 shillings? You can imagine. This is simple science.
It builds logic.
500 shillings. So if I'm like I raised, like Kenya, which is informal, I don't see government engaging them formally so that they come and take informally. So challenge we face as this time when this year, like for example, this year, the price of soybean was slightly higher. Next year, very many people will go for soybean and we'll have a bumper harvest, which means the supply is high, the demand slightly tend to remain constant. Automatically the price will fall down.
True.
Okay. The other time, Ravogo came and met us in Aboke. Was telling us this year there's a lot of market for sim. But I have a feeling that sometimes we get investors who want to come and buy our thing, but they ended up in the hands of people within Kampala or in the town here who will get that good price and again come and.
But also I think Kenya rejected our maize because of our aflatoxins, and then I know China imports much of our sim.
Yes.
But the moisture content in terms of quality, so it's handling.
I was touching on that.
Thank you.
So the quality of the product. We need industries. We need minerals where you can get some good money so that you feel like you are doing that.
All
Lastly,
right.
on the talk about
Chairman, we have very well or te duogo chien and when you're ready, you catch our name. We might pick phone calls if we have that time. That'll be on 0776 943 943 and 0200 900 943. 776 943 943 and 0200 900 943. Stay with us, don't go away.
Team Point Blank Music.
Plus 400, 93 additional funding from road fund. Now, all this money will not work on all the roads at a go. I want to be very clear, including all the districts. You cannot use 1 billion to work on 1,226 kilometers of road. What we are doing now is to first provide accessibility to market, to schools, to health centers, for our mothers and children going to school. But gradually we will work on, remember, certain districts like Lira City does not have road equipment.
True that.
For us, Kwania, we have just gotten the road equipment. We only got grader and wheel loader. So if you're hiring an excavator, you pay 1.2 million per day. Dry. Dry means without fuel. You have to put fuel. You're hiring excavator, you're hiring shillings, you're hiring. So it's a big telling ministry of works that please give us the equipment. Even the districts that are the equipment that were given some time back, most of them have died.
Abong when I'm going to deck, 776 943.